The first one, our hint is country road. Now, there's only one place I can think of when I hear that, and that's West Virginia. Can't get more obvious, in my opinion. West Virginia is somewhere west of Virginia, so it narrows it down to this area. I feel like they would name West Virginia the state that is right next to Virginia, so let's click here. Nice. Next one is Missouri. Not really a hint, is it, really? Missouri's an easy one, though. Right here. There you go. Oh my god. Now, I have seen some ways to spell Mississippi, but this one is actually longer than the river itself. Mississippi is down here, I'm pretty sure. There you go. Okay, next one. New York 2. I wasn't aware there was a sequel. Is it going to be shaped like New York, or is it going to have a city that is similar to New York? I feel like Vermont could be the case, because they are kind of similar shapes. Let's see. Michigan? Michigan? What, was it Detroit? I don't even understand that one. So that's New Mexico here, so I'm going to assume they're referencing Arizona. Nice, they are. Hot dog stands, easy, New York. Mashed potato, huh? Which state is home of the potato? I feel like there's definitely going to be one. And I feel like it's going to be Idaho, to be honest. Let's see. Massachusetts. A kindergartner drew this state. Now, that probably is the case, knowing the British colonial past. But, is it going to be one with a lot of squiggly lines, or is it going to be one that's incredibly basic, like Wyoming? I mean, Idaho, that's kind of like a very weird shape, so I'm going to say there. Maryland. Kindergartners had to draw a bloody right angle? I don't think so. Next one, North Carolina's best friend. Now, this is interesting because is South Carolina regarded as North Carolina's best friend? They might have a rivalry. I don't want to get this one wrong, but I feel like it's going to be South Carolina. Let's see. Yes, it is. West Montana. Well, I feel like it can only be Idaho, really. Let's see. Man, Washington. What? Well, I mean, it is western Montana, so they make a good point. I'm a giraffe. The next hint is now, there's not a single state I can think of that is shaped like a giraffe. I've had to think heavily on this one, and I'm going to say it's going to have to be California because it's the tallest state out of all of them, I'm pretty sure. Is this like some sick American inside joke that I'm not aware of? Let's just go on to the next one. I'm not even going to question it any further. We got 52 of these. Mexico. It's got to be New Mexico, right? I should have questioned why there's actually 52 on this map. Now it's starting to make a lot of sense. This guy's a masochist, apparently. This next one's a guaranteed one, though. Hurricanes, alligators, and 90 degrees weather. Clearly Florida. Am I right? I'm right. White Brothers and $7 minimum wage. That sounds like North Carolina, if you ask me. See, just like that, we redeem ourselves. Good place to test nukes, and it's basically California too. It's got to be Las Vegas, am I right? Oh, sorry, I mean Nevada. Definitely don't test nukes on Las Vegas, holy crap. I mean, I guess it could have already happened in the past. You know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So yeah, Nevada, cool. Yeehaw, Texas, easy one. Like Arkansas, but it's not. Must be Kansas? This state most misspelled word is Wisconsin. I'm going to say that's probably going to be Wisconsin because there's a lot of drunk people there. And that is normally what happens when you're drunk. Either that or he's just calling everyone there incredibly stupid. In which that case, I disagree, you know. Always having floods and droughts. Which state's always having floods and droughts? Is that a product of living in California, maybe? Yes, yeah, it is. I knew about the droughts part, but I never knew about the floods. I guess that's what happens when you concrete a river. South Dakota. Argentina? Like Kansas, but not. Arkansas. Corn. Damn it, we've already had Nebraska. What other state has corn? Maybe Ohio? Oh, nice. Okay, so this is probably a play on the state name, and the only one I can think of that sounds like tennis is Tennessee. So thank you very much. I feel like this guy definitely could have done more research in naming some of these states, because what the hell do you mean Illinois as a hint? This guy definitely wasn't the Zodiac Killer, that's for sure. Far Cry 5? Never played the game? Gonna assume it happened in Montana. Oh my god. From now on, refer to me as Genius, capital J. This next one's easy. Big old shaped state in the south, Louisiana, and finally we got Oregon. Oh my god. I did not end that quiz on a high note. I just called it Joregon. An average of 50% is kind of crazy. I like this game. Makes me feel like a person of intellect, to be honest. Next quiz. God, I love this. We are going to have to guess UK tourist attractions based on underwhelmed tourist reviews. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if half of these tourists are from the UK. No one complains better than the British. King Arthur and Merlin were never there, but if you want to pay top price to see a very ordinary castle, then this place is for you. Okay, so the first selection is Alnwick Castle. Now, I've never heard of anyone say Alnwick Castle is bad. I've only heard good things about it. Ting Tangle Castle, never heard of it in my life. And the rest of these aren't castles. But maybe Arthur's Seat might have been named after King Arthur, but there's no castle there. It's just a weirdly shaped mountain. Maybe Tintangle Castle then? Nice, we got it correct. Expensive, busy, nowhere to sit for a minute. You're herded like cattle. The waxworks don't even look like the person they're supposed to, except Helen Mirren. That's easy. It's got to be Madame Two Swords, right? The only time I ever see Madame Two Swords on the news is when they do something horribly wrong, so... yeah, easy. This is a hill with a view of some buildings. If you're lucky, you'll be able to avoid the hippies and drama students on your way up. See, that is Arthur's Seat. Castle uses Harry Potter to attract punters. It's all old news now. They used part of the castle when filming Harry Potter 1 and 2. So what? Who cares? Sounds like J.K. Rowling, to be honest. Alnwick Castle, that is. Yeah, there we go. The Panda Show is absolute crap. Didn't even see her as was in the enclosure and in sleeping. There are no reptiles, no snakes, crocodiles, etc. Didn't even see a chimpanzee. This person is writing like they've got a lisp. It's got to be Edinburgh Zoo, right? Yeah, okay. Would be very surprised if it was the Humber Bridge, so makes sense. Don't understand what all the hype is about. £9 to get in to look at a small heap of rocks. I'm just going to quickly scan for Stonehenge for no particular reason. I don't see it, so it must be the Giant Causeway. In all fairness, why the hell are they making you pay for the Giant Causeway? It's not like the council made it themselves. Damn, I'm good at this. We've got 6 correct so far. If you're interested in seeing great Roman ruins, save your money and go to Pompeii or Rome. Besides, you'll enjoy better weather and better food. First of all, that's not true. You'll get equal quality food, okay? Testo's own do an Italian pizza selection and it's proper class. He's obviously talking about Blackpool Pleasure Beach or Hadrian's Wall. Now, he said better weather and nobody has worse weather than the Scottish, so I'm going to say Hadrian's Wall. Unless you want to be hurt, avoid this place. My husband had broken his ribs on the Wild Mouse and the staff were so rude. Right, now that does sound like Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Or Legoland, definitely. That just sounds like more of a kids ride, and I feel like Legoland's is more focused towards kids. So I might say Legoland. Oh no, we got one wrong. The characters spoke in an annoying US accent. Why? They are in the UK promoting a Danish product. Legoland. You are led around by an Amdram type in a bad costume, making up a variety of facts about the Victorians, usually Sweeney Todd. I feel like this could be Dickens' world. I don't know if Sweeney Todd is written by Dickens, probably not. Let's give it a shot. Yes, it was. Nothing to see. You will not see the Queen poke her head out of their window, possibly the cleaning lady. Well, that's clearly Buckingham Palace. Definitely won't see the Queen now. I hope this wasn't written recently, otherwise I've got some bad news to tell this person. It was alright, I suppose I should care, I'm British. See, these aren't even tourists. I guarantee all these people are British, you know? Some of these are just written with the most British insults I've ever heard of. It was boring, it was amazing that Mr. Fawkes almost blew it up, and he's talking about Houses of Parliament. It means to get across the river, and the fact you have to pay, I personally believe, is disgusting. Yeah, I never really understood why you have to pay to go over a bridge. I mean, it's not like they use the money to upkeep it, you know? I've seen some of those bridges snap in half. This guy's clearly talking about Humber Bridge, right? I found this museum incredibly boring. It is what it says on the packet and nothing more. Just trains, a heap of trains. Well, this one could not be more obvious. I mean, he's got a bit confused. Just because the theme park looks really old doesn't mean it's a museum. Still operates. And as for the trains, this guy clearly doesn't know what a roller coaster looks like. So yeah, there we go. 92%, and the average score is 76, which means we've got above average on every single quiz, which must mean I'm above average. Unfortunately not in height. 4.8 stars, this one should be good, but I'll be the one to decide. The average supermarket in the United States wastes about something pounds of food each year. I'm gonna say £25,000. 3,000. I thought it'd be way more money than that. Holy crap. Something has a longer coastline than all of the other 49 US states put together. Well, this one's gonna be Alaska. It's the biggest state in the whole US, so easy. We got that one correct. 1 out of 10 so far. In South Carolina, it's illegal to play if you are under the age of 18. I mean, poker wouldn't be too crazy, right? I'm pretty sure that's the case for a lot of places. I feel like it's gonna be some weird one like chess or checkers. Might go for checkers, let's see. No, pinball? You're telling me you can play pinball at the same age you can get it done? That's crazy. That sounds about right. Okay, next one. The town of Talkeetna, Alaska has had a named Stubbs as mayor for 15 years. Gonna say Cat as mayor? Okay, cool. I think there was a dog as mayor at one of them, but it wasn't Alaska. Montana has something times as many cows as it does people. I feel like it's going to be a fair lot, you know. Is it crazy to say 20? I feel like that's too insane, right? Maybe 8? 3? Actually, a lot less than I thought it'd be. If Bill Gates gave every single penny of his fortune to the US government, it would only cover the US budget deficit for about something days. Probably not as many as you think. I'm going to say 3 for this one as well. 15. That is crazy, right? All his money could be gone like that in just less than a month. He should spend it wisely, that's all I'll say. There is actually a town in something called Hell. Well, I know there's one in Norway, but Norway's not a state yet. No, with Trump, he'll probably try. I think it might be Michigan. Let's see, yeah. Something was the first US president to have been born in a hospital. Shouldn't it be way longer than before any of these presidents were born? Like Jimmy Carter was 100 years ago. You're telling me they didn't have hospitals before that, huh? What, did they just spawn in at the age of like 50 or something? It's gonna be Jimmy Carter, right? Cool. A 2015 study found that something boasts the fastest internet speeds in the country. Well, Delaware is the first ever US state. They've had a lot of time to, you know, prepare and perfect their internet. So I'm going to say Delaware. Okay, I was half joking, but I'll take it. So far, we got 5 out of 10. If we can get 6 out of 10, I wouldn't be too upset about that. Today, something percent of all Americans are considered to be overweight. Now, I know it's more than 50%. 85% seems way too much. I've definitely seen a few skinny Americans. 66%'s got to be about right. Yes, come on. We got 60. I think we actually made a decent comeback. We beat the average score of 45% as well, which is crazy considering that like 70% of the world is from the USA. Makes sense that that one's got 4.8 stars. Definitely made me feel better about myself. We go on to the last quiz. Guess the country VII, which is of course short for 37. So for this one, what we've got to do is type in random countries to reveal sections of the map and try and guess the country that is shown as quickly as possible. I'm going to type in a random country. Now to me, that kind of looks a bit like Spain. It says La right there, and this bit at the top looks like where Bilbao is. So I'm going to type in Spain. Okay, it's not Spain. Kind of looks like the Mexico road signs, but it doesn't look exactly shaped like Mexico to me, but maybe it is. Let's see. No, okay. Wait, hold on. Maybe this is France. Is La French or Spanish? France. No, not France, but we can see at the bottom now, we can see the border of another country. And man, I am confused. It says CA there, so maybe Canada? It's not England, because we definitely don't speak French. Maybe another country in Central America, like Belize. I'm a genius. Why out of all the countries did I choose Belize? Because I'm a genius, that's why. I forgot. Okay, so what I see is it was multiple countries. It was Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Belize, and Guatemala. So I could have chose any of them and it would have been correct. And the country it was actually shown was Honduras, so I kind of didn't get it correct. Belize was like a very slim part of it. Yeah, I don't think there's a better way to end it than on 100%. So I'm going to leave it there for today's video. If you did enjoy the video, then feel free to leave a like and maybe subscribe. And maybe let me know which Sporcle maps you'd like to see me play next. But thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Peace!